Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of Tejano Keyboard. Got a request for the Happy Birthday song by Jay Perez. What we're going to do is basically do an analysis of we'll just call it a really close rendition of it. I'm not going to make any reference to the recording just because it is so short. So a little bit of this will be the recorded version. A little bit will be what I do. So, anyways, the song's in F. Okay, but it starts off with a 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay. And this is a little bit of analysis. 6, 2, 5, 1. And this is going back to just learning your 2 5 1s or your 5 1s, 5 1 5 1, right? Okay. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to play a D chord, right? But in the bass, we're going to play the third, which is the F sharp. So you get that chord right there, okay? And there's your G minor, your 2. Your dominant C, C7th. And then your F. B flat, your 4 chord. Then you just walk down. Yeah, sorry about that. Or you can walk it like. And so basically you're going B flat, A minor, G minor, and on the top I'm just going. Let's see, what was I doing? I'm going. I guess this is like almost like a D minor. I guess it's an inverted D minor. C, and then B flat. Okay, now those aren't really the chords. That's just kind of like how to think of it in your right hand. But this is a B flat major 7th, A minor 7th, B flat minor a G minor 7th. So B flat, A minor, G minor. Okay, so from there we go F. Okay, this is like a B flat with the C in the bass. This is like a sus, dominant sus. And then all you're doing is like a sus2 in the F. So you're playing F chord. A sus2 means you're going to suspend the second. So you're going to play the 2 and then resolve to the 1. 2, 1. Now, this next part proves to be something a little interesting. Now, let me pull up my notes here. Okay. So, this scale could be thought of a couple different ways. There's this website that I go to where you can plug in the notes and it tells you what scale it really is. And I haven't really found the answer that I want, so I think I'm gonna kind of explain what's happening here. We're playing a C in the bass, right? Now it's telling me that there's a few different options. The first one is B flat melodic minor. Okay, which that sounds correct, but the B flat with the C in the bass, it doesn't make sense theoretically. The other one is E Dorian flat 2. Let's see. So it would be No, that's not right either. E Dorian. Well, anyways, that doesn't make sense either because there's no E in the scale. Okay. The other one is G Locrian 2, which would be. So essentially, it's this. I mean, I'm playing all the same notes. What we call it really doesn't make that big of a difference. The other one that would kind of make sense to me because we're in the key of F is F mixolydian flat 6. So it'd be an F scale with a flat 7 and a flat 6. So it'd be. Excuse me. But because we're basing it off of the C scale, I would think of it as a almost like a C Dorian. Dorian has a flat 3 and a flat 7, but I would call it a Dorian flat 2. Because C is the root note. So just for sake of argument, we're going to call it C Dorian flat 2. But we're going to start on the 5th degree. So, okay. So we have. Then on this day, F to A minor, and then you were born, right? But you can do other stuff to kind of make it your own. On this day, you were born. Right, that's just G minor. God give you. And then that's just a C dominant chord. You can play that. You can play, whatever you want. So, there's a whole nother video on how to alter your 5 chords, right? So, on this day, you were born. Gotta give you life to live and learn. Oh, yes, he did. So it's just doing that same thing over again. It's just. So F, B flat, A minor, and this is a tritone substitution right here for the D, because we're going A, D, G, C, right? So it's just a bunch of 2 5s, 2 5, 2 5, okay? So, but I'm just doing tritone substitutions, so let's see. Gotta give you life. That's a tritone substitution for... Okay, so yeah, so it's like, and then instead of going here, you can do a tritone substitution there. So let's see here. On this day, you were born. That was just chromatic passing. Oops. Yeah. And then again. Live and learn, oh yes he did. So happy birthday to you. This is kind of a cool chord. Okay, now the way to think of that is you're going to be making a preparation from F. So happy birthday to you. The next major chord is going to be happy birthday to you, to the B flat, right? So remember, if you want to make B flat kind of have some kind of dominance there, like it's like a primary chord. You know, you're gonna do a 2-5 to 1 or a 5 to 1, right? So if we're gonna go F, and then we're gonna go to B flat, right? That naturally is 5-1, right? But this 5, you want to make it a dominant chord, so it can kind of have some tension, right? So how do you make a dominant chord? Well, you flat the 7, right? So that's one way of doing it. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, right? But okay, so but what's gonna happen here is that we're gonna alter it. We're gonna raise the 5, so that's like an augmented chord. Okay. So happy birthday to you. Oops. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so here's the F, right? But now all we're gonna do is another lovely tritone substitution. So here's a 5, flat 5 right there. So, and then that leads chromatically very nicely into the B flat. So happy birthday to you. And then they're going to the flat 7 degree, which is E flat, and that's a dominant chord. You can play all sorts of different, you know. So, well, maybe not, but that right there is let's see, 7, 3, no wait, 9, 7, 9, 3. And 13th. So this is E flat 13th. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. And then walk down. A good friend of mine plays in church, taught me this little we'll break down the analysis of this some other time, but basically you're in one hand you're doing 1 5 1 5, and then 4 1 4 1. Okay, so F C B flat F B flat, you know, and you're just walking down the scale in your other hand. Sounds kind of church stuff, right? Like, okay, so after this, and may you have many more. Excuse me, I'm not a singer, so you get the point. So, and may you have many more. Accidental. It's like a B flat with the C in the bass, like a sus4. And then happy birthday to you. Oops. Let's say B flat, A minor, G minor, and then a dominant chord of your choice. C works well, C13th, or tritone substitution for F sharp. You could also do an alt chord. So it could be or that sort of thing, off of the altered scale of that's really dirty right there. If you wanted to do like let me try and get that in there. So and then one of the things that I like to do, and Jerry De La Rosa used to do a lot too, is play the sharp 11th, which is basically, the way I think of it, is just playing a major triad on the 2. So in this case, if we're in F, play a G major on top. So let's see. Let me try and put that all together. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for everybody who's been donating and subscribing and all that good stuff. You know, we just trying to do our part to keep the music going, and you guys have a good one. All right, happy practicing.